Hello everyone, my name is Francis from Doves of Freedom. I'm from Canada. I've been fighting in Ukraine since March 2022. Now I work in the Gore Legion. I'm about to join my unit back because I was medically recovering from injuries, but now I'm finally good to go. The only thing is I cannot close fully the hand. So I'm partly fit, but I will be able to do drone work. Also, I run a non-profit organization where we fundraise money, we fundraise for donation, and we assemble FPV drones to drone teams. We have helped more than 10 units now, and our drones on the battlefield made almost $1 million in damage so far total on the battlefield. So today this video is about all the parts that we use as a drone NGO in order to build a Kami drone. So we use mainly the 10 inches, and our drones are able to fly between 15 to 20 kilometers with a payload of between 1 to 1.5 kgs. Most of the time it's going to be a munition from Romeo Papa Golf, but it depends on the unit also. So they do whatever the hell they want to do. But yeah, so this course will be, well, this video is about just the parts. Gonna focus on the parts. The first part is the frame. So this one is a Mark IV version 2. So we buy those in Ukraine, but they are imported from China. This one is a 10-inch. It's perfect for Kami. Like one-time flight, you can practice on those as well. But if you want to build some droppers, you will want something more solid, something more strong than this one. But for the works that it's gonna be doing, those ones are pretty easy to assemble, and yeah, they do the job. I've been working with those frames since the beginning of our organization, and yeah, I have nothing to say against those frames, and they are pretty solid frames. Moving on for the motors. So for the second part, we have 4 motors here. Those ones are 900 kilovolt. 3113. So those ones are strong enough to lift the payload up to 1.5 kilo, and it's gonna, and with they are draining power from the battery, but we make sure that the battery has enough MAH for the aircraft to do its job. So those motors, pretty good motors, pretty solid. So that's what we use. There are different brands that you can buy. Those ones, I think it's Brotherhood or something like that. But there are also Flashhobby and more. But as long as you have 900 kilovolt with 3113, that's what you want. I mean, for a 10 inches. But if you are building a 7-inch, you can get some weaker motors. You can get the 1300 kilovolt. But for our 10 inches, that's what we got. That's what we get, which are pretty solid motors. Moving on, we have the camera. So for the camera, we use the Cadix FPV Rattle Pro the pretty standard camera, does the job pretty decent. So we put that on all our aircraft. Sometimes the unit, they want to put thermal camera during the winter or for at night, or maybe infrared cameras. So it's easy to do the switch. But for us, if we don't have any specification about camera, that's the camera that we're gonna use. Moving on, we have the VTX. So this one is what is transferring the data back to the operator. It's like the video transmitter. So this VTX in particular comes with the antenna. If your VTX doesn't come with the antenna, you can buy the antenna separately. So for this VTX in particular, it's the Rush Max Rush Solo. This one is the 3.3 gigahertz, and it's a 2 watt. So that's what we're gonna use for the VTX for our drone. This one was a request, especially for the unit we are helping. A pretty solid item. Very reliable and stuff like that, so you're not gonna have any problem with this one here. Of course, on the battlefield, it's always an issue about like which frequency you can use, but the electronic warfare is very serious out there. But yeah, the unit that we are helping now, they know that their frequency, which frequency is not jammed, so that's why they ask us this VTX in particular. Next up, we buy the Speedybee stack. So the EC and the flight controller, ESC and flight controller comes with both. So it's the version number 4, and we get the ESC 60 amperes. Why we get the version number 4? It's because it's like one of the best. It gives the aircraft more like stability. It's easier for the drone operator to control, and it makes their life easy. You can get the V3. It's a little bit cheaper, but for us, we prefer the quality. And if the drone comes up a little bit more expensive, well, it is what it is. At least we are sure that the drone will be doing its mission and is not gonna crash because we are using bad parts. So that's all for the ESC and flight controller. After that, we have the ELRS receiver, which this one is the communication between the aircraft and the controller. This one is a 915 megahertz, and it's a dual. So you can there are 2 antennas, and you can actually you can actually set up 2 frequencies. So if one gets jammed, you switch to the other one, and you still can hit your target. So it's pretty good. Very useful on the battlefield when you're getting jammed and stuff like that. We get a lot of unit requesting this one specifically. So yeah. Last one, we got the battery. So it's a 6S3P. This one I think is some, I'm not sure, about maybe 1200 milliamperes per hour. So how we calculate what we need as the battery, the unit tell us, well, they can either tell us which mAh they need, or like they come to us and they say, okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna fly with a payload of 1.5 kg during 15 kilometers. Can you have a battery that will do this mission? So of course, and then we have this one like custom made, designed for their mission. Of course, a little bit just in case they need to, I don't know, maybe like follow more or go further, or I don't know, maybe they will lose connection and like they will need to reorient themselves. So just to make sure, and we always put a little bit more power that is needed to be sure that the drone will achieve its mission. So for us, we buy our parts in Ukraine. We support this like little shops, we want to support the economy. Of course, we could order from China directly, but however, we want to help those small business and stuff like that, because a little bit more expensive, but you know, I think it's at the end it's worth it, and it's pretty decent. We just order them and then we get the items maybe like 1 to 2 days after per by Nova Posta, instead of like a couple of weeks if we were to use China. So that's everything we need to start assembling. The drones are 10 inches Cami. As you know, there are two different types. We have the Cami and we have the droppers. And for another category also, there's the fiber optic. So yeah, make sure you follow Those Are Freedom on Instagram and follow the channel. I'm gonna be doing a whole course, step by step, how to assemble everything together as we do in Ukraine. It's gonna be for the tier 1, maybe the tiers 2 membership of this channel. But there are plenty of free course out there. But for me, I have been in Ukraine 3.5 years. I run a FPV drone NGO for a year. I know exactly how we do. There are some difference compared to the civilian side that you're not gonna know if you're not coming on the ground directly, or if you don't have any someone like me who can show you everything and who can like teach you. So for me, I think drones they are game changing on the battlefield. They came very popular during the war in Ukraine. I think it's just the beginning. They're not going anywhere.